Hello and welcome to Coach Mel's Strength and Core Workout. So our workout today is 3 rounds. First 2 rounds, we have a lower body move, upper, lower, upper. All right, it's done timed, 40 seconds on, about 15 seconds off. So you're gonna need a variety of weights for that so that you could switch in between doing lower body moves, which should be heavier than your upper body moves, which may be a little bit lighter. Last round is our hardcore. That's 4 core moves, 30 seconds on, 10 seconds off, and we rotate through that really quickly 3 times with no stop in between. All right, variety of weights, mat, because we will go down to the floor at some point, have some water nearby, go press play on some upbeat music, and let's get warmed up. Here we go, jog it out. All right. So we don't have any cardio in today's workout, but as we switch between lower body and upper body and we keep moving, let's stop and rotate, you may feel that heart rate go up some. That's great, that's what we want. Reach, reach, reach. That's it, rotate on that back foot. Reach from your shoulders out to your fingertips. Good. All right, we're gonna kick one leg back, reach up and over, get a big stretch down our side. Other side, up and over. Up and over. Up and over. All right, arms up, step back. Push all the way back to the heel into that hip flexor. So roll the hips forward a little bit on that. Bring it down, other side. Good. All the way up, reach. All the way up, reach. One more each side. All right, bring those feet out wide, toes facing forward. We're gonna do a little side to side. So we do start with a side lunge today. Important on this, that shoulders stay facing forward, shift the hips back. I'm gonna show you from the side. Push back into the heel on this. Push back. That's it. All right, come on up. We're gonna do a hinge forward. Flat back, straight legs, and up. We will have some Romanian deadlifts, very similar to this, only we'll allow a little bit of a bend in the knee when we do that with our weights. Let's get 2 more here. Last one. All right, bring it up through the middle, out and down. We'll have something similar to this as well as we work the shoulders. Up, out and down. Let's get 2 more here. And go ahead and throw those arms. All right, let me bring you through round 1. I'm gonna get rid of this because I know by the time we finish round 1, I'm gonna wish I didn't have it on. All right, so we're gonna do a side lunge. We're gonna take our weights. You don't have to grab yours yet, just watch. We're gonna come out to the side. Now we're gonna do a lateral raise, which brings us straight here and then in. All right, so over, we're gonna alternate sides, raise, and then bring it in, all right? Second one, I'm gonna go lower on weights here. We're gonna work shoulders. We're gonna do a narrow overhead press, so palms facing each other in front of the shoulders, up. Now we're gonna rotate those palms forward, come down to that 90-degree angle, bring them back in. Up, out, and in. If those weights get too heavy, put them down. That's gonna be a challenge. All right, next we're gonna do a sumo squat with a heel lift. So I'm gonna lift, get those heavier weights again. We're gonna sink down at the bottom, heel lift, and then push up through the heels. Down, heel lift, and push up. Try to be nice and controlled in that heel lift, not just a quick little pop up, but up and down. All right, and last but not least, we're gonna do a curl. So we're gonna come all the way up, and then we're gonna go halfway down for 1, 2, 3 pulses, and come down. So it starts with a full curl. We'll put 3 pulses in that middle section, so not going below the halfway point, and then full curl. All right, I'm gonna get the timer going. Select your weights for your first move. Again, it's a leg move, so we can go on the heavier side, side lunge. We're gonna lift that leg as we straighten the leg that's bent, and then bring those feet together, alternating. Here we go. Step out, lift, and bring it in. Step out the other way. Lift, and bring it in. Lift, and in. Good. Notice, like I said, my shoulders are facing forward. I'm not twisting. I'm letting the weights naturally come to either side of my leg because my body is coming right to the center of that leg. Lift and in. We got 8 more seconds. Lift and in. Lift and in, and rest. All right, switching to some lighter weights. We're going into shoulder work. Smaller muscle group, lighter weights. Start in front of your shoulders, slight bend in the knees. Here we go. Up, out, stop at that 90 degrees, pull it in. Up, down, and in. Up, down. Nice and slow and controlled. I'm not rushing through this. It's not how many can we get done in the time. It's about how well we use those muscles we're supposed to be using. And in. Good. Up, down, out. 8 more seconds, and in. Up, down, out, and in, and rest. All right. Going into that sumo squat move, so I'm going to go back to my heavier weights. We're going to bring those feet out nice and wide, toes are out. Bring those weights up in front of your shoulders. Here we go. Sing down, up, down, and stand. First one, a little shaky. There's a little bit of balance involved in that raise onto the toes and some cracking. Now, if the weights get too heavy in this position or they body your wrists, you can bring them right here. That might help with the balance a little bit too. Up, down, and push through the heels. Good. Really push, squeeze all the way up to the glutes as we stand and rest. All right, bicep move. So I'm gonna go in between for my weights. So full curl, then we're only gonna come down halfway. I'm gonna go on an angle so you can see. Here we go. Pull it up, halfway down. We're gonna pulse. 1, 2, 3. Let it come all the way down. All the way up. Come halfway. 1, 2, 3. Let it come all the way down. Good. All the way up. Pulse. 1. Wrist nice and flat. 2, 3. And let it go down. So only the first one comes all the way up. Then they stop halfway to 3/4 of the way. 2, 1, and rest. All right, we have a 30-second break here. Grab a drink if you need it. Switch up weights if you need to. So if at the end of the round you felt like you could do 10 more reps, you need to go a little bit heavier. If you got to the end of it and you thought, that was getting kind of hard, I'm not sure I could have done too many more, that's the right weight for you. I'm gonna stick with what I had. Go ahead and grab your weights. We're gonna start with that step out lateral raise. Here we go. Out, raise, and bring it in. Out, push up through the heel, and then bring that foot in. Up, and in. Good. Again, nice and slow and controlled. I want good form here. It's not about racing through this. That's what we have our Tabata and our HIIT workouts for. Out, up, and in. 8 more seconds. Out, up, and in. And rest. All right, put those weights down. Shoulders. Pressing up, narrow. Bring it out wide on the way down. Nice and controlled. Here we go. Up, rotate those palms forward. Come to that 90 degrees. Bring them in. Up, out, in. Slight bend in the knees. Belly button pulled in. No arch to the back. Up, out, in. 15 seconds. Good. Up, out, in. We got 3, 2, 1, and resting. Whew. All right, back to that sumo squat heel lift. I liked the weights resting on my thighs, so that's where I'm gonna go. All right, out wide, here we go. Sink into the heels, now lift them, down and up. When you come up on those toes, try not to roll out to your pinky toes. All right, we wanna stay on all of our toes. Make sure that big toe has pressure on it too. And raise. Good. Push through the heels, squeeze the glutes. A little creak and crack there. Whoops. Sometimes you come down a little bit quicker than you expect. 2, 1, and resting. All right, let's put those down. Grab your weights for your bicep curls. All right, palms facing forward. And go at the angle here. All the way up on the first one. Halfway down. And now pulse it. 1, 2, so don't kill your weights with your grip. And relax. All the way up. Make sure it's your biceps doing the work. Squeeze. 2, 3, and all the way down. All the way up. Halfway. 1, 2, 3, and down. Big exhale. I had to catch my breath a little bit there. 1, 2, 3, and down. Resting. All right, put those weights down. Take a break. Again, drink if you need it, towel off, put on a fan, open a window, whatever you need to do. This is your rest time. We have to do that round one more time, then I'm going to give you a whole new round. All right, starting in 10 seconds. I'm going to stay with those same weights. We're going to start with that side lunge, lateral leg raise to standing. Here we go. Out, raise as you stand, and in. Out, raise and stand, in. Good. Sink into that heel as you're pushing yourself to that standing position. Up and in. Out, up, and in. Woo! A little off balance there. 5 more seconds. We can get one more in. And in. Resting. All right, switch into the shoulder move. Ooh. All right, gonna start in front of the shoulders. Palms facing each other. 2, 1, here we go. Up, out and down. Pull it in. Up, out and down. Nice and controlled. Slight bend in the knees. Belly button pulled in. Good. Up, out and down, and in. Give a little squeeze to the chest on that last pull in. Using your shoulders to keep your arms up. Squeezing the chest as we come in. Excellent. Almost there. 5 more seconds. Let's get one more. Out and in and resting. Woo! All right. coming into our sumo squat heel lift. All right, here we go. Sink down, raise, lower, and then stand. Raise, lower, and stand. I want you to really drive those heels back into the floor as you're standing, giving a good squeeze. Down, raise, lower, and stand. All right, 10 more seconds here. Ooh, came down a little quick on that one. 3, 2, 1, and resting. All right, last move for this round. Full curl to half curl, palms out, in 2 and 1. All the way up, halfway down, pulse, 2, 3, and release. All the way up, halfway down, 1, 2, 3, and release. All the way up, halfway, 1, 2, nice and controlled, 3, and release. That little pulse, that whole time, that muscle is activated and working. We're not letting it rest. And now we can rest. All right, go ahead and put those weights down. You get to relax while I bring you through our next round. All right, first move is our Romanian deadlift. Using the hamstrings, I like you to go heavier on this one, but good form is important. So what we do not want to do is roll, narrow and roll those shoulders. Keep the shoulders nice and wide. We hinge down. The other mistake, don't arch your back. So we're not pushing our butt up, right? We're pushing the hips back with a nice flat back. You only need to come mid-shin and then push those hips forward, squeeze the glutes. All right, second move, overhead tricep extension. I like to use one weight, so I'll put it between my hands here. So we don't want to do this with our back. Pull your belly button in, keep your back nice and flat as we work those triceps. We'll come down on the floor for our hamstring curl. So you're gonna take one weight. It's a little bit tricky to get into. You're gonna put it between your feet and then lay on your belly, and it's here. All right, you're squeezing your feet together to hold the weight, and you're curling. Keep your belly pushed into the mat, and then we finish with push-ups. I'm gonna do them from my knees. My wrists are bothering me. I'm having a hard time doing them from my toes right now. All right, we have to get started. So grab heavy weights for that Romanian deadlift, and we gotta get into it. All right, feet under your hips, and go this way. Hinge forward, push those hips back, slight bend in the knees. Now bring those hips forward with a squeeze. Hinge, and up. Hinge, and up. So your hamstrings, big muscle. You can go heavy on this. Just keep those shoulders nice and wide. Do not let them narrow and come forward. If you're feeling this in your low back, you're leading with your shoulders and not with your chest. And rest. All right, overhead tricep extension. Triceps, small muscle. I'm gonna go with a single 8-pound weight. I could probably do 10, but we're gonna start here anyway. Holding it at the sides, up. Pull the belly button in, behind and up. So try not to let your elbows go out. Keep them in line with your shoulders. Come behind as far as you can. Press it straight up. Pull that belly button in. Squeeze the glutes here, because we don't want to do that to our back. We don't want to arch our back. We want to keep it nice and flat. In, extend up. Back, extend up. Actually, this was the right weight. Ooh. Last couple. And rest. All right. Coming down on the floor for that hamstring curl. It's a little bit tricky to get into, and we don't have much time here, but put it between your feet. Should go right in the arch of your sneakers. Pull it up and let it come down. I probably could have gone heavier on this one. So again, don't arch your back. Push your belly button into the mat and down. Pull it up and let it come down. So worked our hamstrings in that first move, working our hamstrings again here. Relax your head. It's all about the lower body working right now. Yeah, I need to go heavier the next time. Good. 3, 2, 1, and resting. All right, going into our push-ups. So like I said, I'm gonna do them for my knees. Keep your back nice and flat. If you need to, you can come up to the wall and do it on the wall. I'll show you that too. So here we go. Down and press it up. My elbows are going out. My hands are under my shoulders. All right, if you need to do it on the wall, hands are at shoulder height, but step yourself back, in, and bring yourself out. In, and bring yourself out. All right, keep that going. Exhale on the up. Now you can go up on your fists too. If it bothers your wrists, that might help. 3, 2, and 1. Definitely a little bit harder doing it on the knuckles. All right, take a 30-second break. We got to go back to those bent over deadlifts. Oh, excuse me. All right. I start in 10 seconds. Feet are under your hips. I'm gonna go this way. Remember, push the hips back, but don't arch the back. In 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Hinge and up. I like to say lead with the chest. Pull those shoulders back. Big exhale as you bring those hips forward. That's it. Knees are bending slightly, but we don't lead with the knee bend. We lead at the hip hinge. Back and pull it up. 5 more seconds. Let's get 2 more in here. 1 more. And resting. All right. Overhead tricep extension. So I'm going to do 1 weight on this. You could do 2 weights. I like it 1. I think it keeps my arms in a better format. Pull that belly button in. Elbows stay in near the ears. Actually, they're way above my ears, but you know what I mean.